Linsters! Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Autism Awareness Month. April is Autism Awareness Month. It's a whole month dedicated to spreading more awareness and acceptance around the autism spectrum disorder. If you guys remember back in 2023, so during the second semester of my senior year in high school, I did make a short film dedicated to what autism is for my school. I just discussed what it is, all the basics. Then I interviewed a couple of my special education teachers. That was when I admitted my own autism for the very first time. I'm going to be talking about Autism Awareness Month. Let's go and watch some interviews. I'm here with
Mrs. Pinkerton.
What is it like working with autistic students?
It is such a blessing. They teach me something new every single day. No 2 days are the same, but they really just teach me about perseverance and resiliency.
Now, autistic students have different ways of expressing themselves. What is one thing that you learned from being around that student?
So as you mentioned, they have different ways of expressing themselves, so I really work with them to advocate for themselves, work on communicating their needs so I can help them and they can help succeed in the regular world.
Mrs. Sedembrino. They just have some unique needs and it's been extremely rewarding. One thing that I've learned is that everybody is unique and they have different ways of learning. The biggest challenge is learning each student's different way of learning.
What you guys don't know is that I have autism myself. Now that doesn't mean that I don't want any friends or I don't want to be surrounded. I do want friends. I do want to be surrounded, but I might communicate my emotions differently. Posted that part of the video on my YouTube shorts, TikTok, and my Instagram. It is still out there if you guys want to check it out. Today I wanted to make a long form video dedicated to almost the 2 year of that short film and YouTube short, which got so many views, by the way. It's crazy to see how much I've grown as a person in being able to have a platform like social media to just express it and help others. But before we start this video, be sure to follow me on social media for more behind the scenes. Subscribe and click on the notification bell so that way guys can get updates on when I'm uploading a new video. This is just a reminder that this video is just to help spread more acceptance and awareness. And if any of you guys have autism that are watching this, just know that you guys are not alone. There are so many resources out there that can help you, such as your loved ones, close friends, teachers, counselors, etc. First, we are going to be talking about what autism is. Autism is a neurological disorder that affects how people learn and communicate with others. Autism is also a spectrum and can affect everyone differently. There's some out there that can speak verbally, while others are nonverbal and have to use what's called an AAC device. An AAC device is augmentative alternative communication. Now, some of you on here may or may not know that I do have autism myself, and I was diagnosed at the age of 2. Early on, I did get services including a nutritionist, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. Throughout my life, I have both good and challenging experiences. I have a really good support system like my family who love and look out for me, along with my friends who support me, and my teachers who provide me accommodations to help me succeed in my education. I did have accommodations in the past, and I even have them now as a college student. Some of the accommodations that I had in the past include extended time on tests, filled out notes, and study guides. Except that now in college, I use an app called Otter where I record. The app basically transcribes everything that your professor says. That way, when I go back and listen to it, I can just write down whatever I missed. This app helps me so much, especially with someone who easily gets overwhelmed with the fast pace of the college lectures. It is so hard to catch up at times. I've also come so far in my life where I accomplished so many things, which is one thing that I'm starting to really appreciate more. Those things include going to college, having my my own job, gaining my independence with all of this, having my own platform like YouTube, creating that to be able to express myself, document my life, being part of Autism Speaks, Autism Goes to College podcast, exceeding in school, becoming articulate. Although I have good experiences, it also can be challenging being neurodivergent, trying to fit into conversations where I can, even trying to be in the same learning path as everybody else. And this was something that I actually struggled with whenever I was very little. I remembered in elementary school, I was just like, why can I not be in advanced math? Because everybody in my grade was in advanced math. I wanted to be in advanced math, but my mom told me about how I learned differently from everybody else. I have a separate education plan that still helps me to succeed, but a little bit different than my other peers, which was something that I was really insecure about and I really got down about for a very long time. My whole life, I really thought that I was normal until I was told that I have it. Sometimes when you're at school with a bunch of neurotypical peers and that are a little more advanced than you having a separate learning path compared to everybody else, so hard. So I was still feeling very insecure and I still thought that something is wrong with me. It not only makes it hard for me to be able to learn abstract material, on top of that trying to fit in with my peers. One day in high school, I used to work at a school store. At my high school where I was at, they had a school store. We were selling autism awareness shirts. Then after school, this was during dinner time, usually I would just sit down with my mom and dad at the dinner table, and the first thing that I would talk to them about is my school day. And as part of my conversation, I was telling my mom about working. I was telling her that I was selling autism awareness shirts. Then that was when my mom told me that I have autism. And my reaction, I was like, what? Then a year after that, I actually did a presentation for one of the organizations that I did. It's called We Are One. It is part of the Jack and Jill chapter. Then I talked about my autism a little bit. I did it virtually. Whenever I did it, if you guys would have seen me do it, afterwards I just felt really upset. I was still uncomfortable. At first, I felt really weird, very unconfident, uncomfortable talking about my autism in front a lot of neurotypical peers. One, I don't know how my other peers are going to react, whether they're not going to be friends with me, whether they're going to act funny about it, or even make fun of me. That actually did happen in the past. I did have those experiences where I got made fun of, got excluded out of conversations. Whenever I get excluded, it can feel very isolating. It can feel very lonely. Even though that I have special needs, that does not mean I cannot participate in a conversation. It is so important, regardless if someone has special needs or not, that you include them in social situations. I feel like this is something that is so relevant today. A lot of us as humans just need to learn basic social skills, and one of those is just being inclusive. On top of that, some of my peers would not explain to me what they are talking about. A lot of times I wouldn't ask what they are talking about because one, I am interested in my own stuff. I have my own special interests. My own special interest includes media. I love media, filming, editing, movies. If any of you guys ask me or talk to me about that, girl, we be talking about it all day. Another one is that I really like old commercials. I would find old commercials in the past and even sometimes now and watch them while I'm eating or just anytime. And another is my major, which is what I'm going to go in depth towards the end of this video. While mostly my peers will be talking about Criminal Minds or any TV shows or any boyfriend experiences, relationships. I'm actually not in a relationship right now, still single. Hearing some of those topics that my peers are talking about, like relationships, it's hard to fit in. I normally just watch cartoons and I do watch some live action shows, Stranger Things and The Parkers. I also been liking the show Eve, which has been around since 2003, but I think they've ended the show a while ago in 2006. I can just remember the dates of different movies. I used to be very hard on myself with my academics, want to be at that same path because I still wanted to take those classes. I still felt that that way a little bit in middle school, moving towards high school, starting my sophomore year, then all the way towards my senior year. That's when I officially started taking a little more advanced math classes. My senior year, I took statistics. Initially, I think I was supposed to take pre-calc, but the class wasn't tied to what I was going to initially major in college. Then I had to move to going to a statistics class. Let me tell you, statistics isn't my favorite. The probability stuff, so complicated. Then my junior year, I took algebra 2. My sophomore year, I was taking a geometry. As I went along through my education experience, later on towards the end of high school, once I started to realize that I have my autism, I realized that I just have to embrace my differences, embrace the way that I process things, embrace the fact that I may see things that my peers may not see, embrace my special interests, embrace all of the accomplishments that I have, even embrace my areas of opportunity I'm still working till this day. Another area of opportunity is grammar. Grammar rules, oh my god, you guys, it's so hard to understand. Some of the things that I would work on as part of my speech therapy includes grammar. I worked on it a little bit. I work on inferencing, interpretation, also figurative language, metaphors, idioms. In the past, I had a hard time processing figurative language. Reading comprehension can be hard for me. Sometimes it's hard to understand the story unless if I see a story visually. I know one of my classes, we would read a book, then based on the book, there would be a movie about it. We will watch the movie after we read the book. I swear the movie, oh my god, it helps me understand the story better than if I would just be reading the actual book passage. That's because I am a visual learner. Usually just learn by seeing things. I can be an auditory learner too. One time I was just trying to find a song on Spotify. I almost couldn't recall the name of it, but I remembered what it sounded like. I tried to search so many artists until I found the one that I recognized, then I played that song. People think when they hear autism, us as individuals don't want to have friends or don't want to interact with others. The answer is no! We do want to have friends. We do want to be included. For me, I do want friends. I do want to be included. I want to have those same experiences as my other peers do, like having a relationship, going to a club. It's just that we express ourselves differently. We express our thoughts, our emotions. That just means you, as a peer, have to be a little more understanding, more kind, and patient, flexible. Now let's talk about college and my major. When I was little, this is my first time actually admitting this, I actually did not have a dream school. As I've heard some other peers had an idea of their dream school where they want to attend college since they were little, or even high school. I had a little bit of an idea about college, but still thinking that it wasn't for me. Anyway, I did not think college would be for me. I actually didn't know what I wanted for my future until when I was about 7, also a little bit when I was 6. I wanted to do something where I can just express my story visually. When I was little, I used to get sticker books. I remember my grandma buying me a bunch of books with stickers in it. I would grab pieces of loose leaf paper, then I would try to write and express my imagination. After I would write that, I would just put stickers of all the different characters like Disney princesses, Monster High, etc. Then I moved toward filming my own videos. First, it started off with my iPad, then with my phone. Before I had a phone, I actually had an iPod. I used to record myself singing, even playing with toys and throwing them in the air. Some of the dolls that I would use to play include Monster High dolls and Disney princesses. Having my own imagination, imagining them being parents. I wish you guys would see. I did not post them to YouTube. Then I recording videos of myself. That's a little bit when I started doing social media. TikTok, a little bit close to when I started my YouTube channel when I was 12. I thought that college wouldn't be for me just because of my disability. I was so insecure about it. I just wouldn't say anything. I just wouldn't speak up. I thought that my disability would affect my future, going to college, anything. Later on in life, I just realized Look, autism is something that I have. It does not affect my future. It does not affect me going to college in my future, but it does mean that those things will look different for me. Everybody has different career paths that they want to go to. Plus, school may not be for everybody. There are so many career paths that you can take, such as just going straight into having a job, or even I almost knocked down my mic, or even going to college or going to a trade school. There are so many different paths that you can take, and I feel like that's not being talked about enough. When you go to school, not everything just has to be about college. It can be, or it's not about being in the same learning path as everybody else, because everybody learns differently. Everything else, as I realize even now, that not only do I have a school mind, now I also have a creative mind. I've definitely felt that way from elementary school and middle. A little bit up toward high school, I started thinking a little bit about college. I started realizing, school may be for me. I initially thought of the University of Pittsburgh, which is an hour away from where I was. I was thinking of majoring in medicine, becoming a doctor. As I continued to grow my YouTube channel and learning more about media, then I started thinking about my major being media. When it came to looking at colleges my junior year, I even looked at Robert Morris University and Slippery Rock, and you guys have seen those as part of my college decision short, which was almost 2 years ago. I actually was watching one of Nicole Lano's videos, and she was talking about college decisions. Anyway, then I was starting to look at 2 schools, including App, still having the media major in mind. And I realized a little bit in my junior year, maybe school may not be for me, because that year I took Algebra 2. Algebra 2 was one of my hardest classes. I almost struggled in it, but hey, I got help from my teachers and my mom. I could just do media and not go to college at all. As I went into my senior year, the summer before my senior year, I continued looking at schools and see if they offer a media program. Some of the schools did not have it. What I like about where I'm at now is they offer so many majors. Later on, I realized that my major should be speech language pathology. My mom had an idea of me majoring it because I wanted to do something that involved science and math. I love science and math. And then I officially have my major set in stone to be communication sciences and disorders. And then my initial minor was early childhood education. Now it is digital marketing. I want to continue media. Speech therapy has helped me so much with becoming more articulate, to become more confident in my communication, and it also helps me to develop those real life skills. So to go into the reason why I'm in this major, I'm in that major specifically, I want to help those individuals that struggled with communication like me. Communication is power. I want to help the same way as my speech language pathologist did in the past. My speech language pathologists that I had were very supportive, helpful. Plus, I love talking to people. It's one of the things that I'm really confident in. Before, I wasn't really confident and I was a little nervous. So I hope that my story can help empower not only you guys, also those that are neurodivergent. Hope that this is helpful to any of you peers. Just remembering to be kind, patient, and be flexible. Anyway, guys, that is all for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to follow me on social media for more behind the scenes. Subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you guys can get updates on when I'm uploading a new video. Remember to be flexible, kind, and understanding. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, Linsters. All the resources are going to be linked in the description. Those websites were also where I told my story.